Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In our last video, we had learned the basics of XML, how to use tags, element, attribute, and nesting. So those were the basics foundation of the XML tags. So today we are gonna one step further. I'm going to show you how to build your first ISO 20022 message using those XML basics. Specifically, we'll create the pacs.008 message, which is used for the customer credit transfer. For example, when a customer send money from their bank to someone else. So don't worry if you are new to this, I'll explain each part of the message clearly as we write it together. So you would learn how to start the XML declaration, add a root element structure and properly nesting everything. So by end of this video, you will have a hands-on experience in writing the real ISO 2022 XML message. So let's get started. So let's now build a basic ISO XML message. I'll be using the pacs.008 message, which is used for the customer credit transfer. For example, when a customer send money from their bank account to someone else for a normal payment. So start with the XML declarations. So when you look at the pacs.008 message, it will start with the declaration message, which will look like this. So let me write it here as a declaration. Okay, so this tells the system that this is an XML file we are using as per the UTF-8 character encoding. And after that, you will have the root element, which is called the document. So root element will something look like this. So the root element will have the XML namespace. This defines the namespace telling which ISO version and the message type we are using. So this one is the pacs.008 and this is according to the XSD uh, rules and the different parameters. So now let's add the main message body, which is known as the FI2FI customer credit transfer. So that will be under tag FI2FI customer credit transfer. So under the document, we add the message content. So this tag stands for the FI2FI customer credit transfer. So under that, you will again have one more element called the group header. So which will start as group HTR. You will have an opening leg and the closing leg. So let's put the opening element and the closing element. Under that, you will have a multiple child elements which will look like this. So these are the child element under the group header. So you will have a message identification, credit date and time, number of transactions, and the settlement method. So sometimes you will have a clearing settlement, and if it is related to nostro and vostro, you will have a IND and ING as a clearing method. And since this message, particular message is settling through a clearing system, so we have the clearing CLRG code here. So again, you have to close the group header. So while you're closing, you have to put the forward slash. Okay. So basically this header, it gives a unique message ID, creation date, time, number of transaction, and the settlement method. So now let's go to the next element, which is called the credit transfer transaction information. So this will have the some of the most important element of the payments, such as the payment ID and the amount and the other basic payment requirement. So under the under the credit transfer transaction information, you will have the payment ID. So there are different types of payment ID, such as the point-to-point and end-to-end payment ID. So as of now, you can see that under payment ID, you have instruction ID, end-to-end ID, and transaction IDs. Okay, and then you will have an interbank settlement amount and currency. So this has again the attribute element as well. Okay, so once you have done with this, then comes the important point, which is different parties involved in the payment. So in a payment like pacs.008, you will have the multiple parties such as debtor agent, creditor agent, and so on. So all those parties will come under the this element. So let me put all those parties here for your understanding. Okay, so it will start with the data, and in data element you will have the name and address as well as a child element, and you can have the data account. Here we have a data account, and then data agent big code, and then you will have a creditor agent and their big code, and comes the creditor, and you will have the creditor account as well. So basically this specify who is sending and receiving the money along with their account numbers and the bank identifiers. And finally, we'll have to add the remittance information. It's like any additional information which you can add it in the payment. For example, if this payment is going to some vendor, then you can add the invoice number and the invoice. This could be a structured or unstructured method. You can put it in a structured method as well as the unstructured. So then you will have to close the this element also, like an opening tag and closing tag. And finally, you will have to close all the opening tags which under which we have created this message. So the opening tag was FI25 customer credit transfer, and the root element which was the document. That's it. So we just have created the full ISO pacs.008 XML message step by step, from the XML declaration to data, creditor details, and finally the remittance information. So I hope this hands-on practice help you understand how all the element fits together in a real ISO message. So let me know in the comments if you want me to cover pac.009 message, pin message, or .xsd file validation in the upcoming videos. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more easy to understand tutorials on payment and financial messages. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.